that we got the whole 9 to 5 thing out the way, I'm pretty sure everybody kind of is on the whole wavelength of the delivery because when I first saw B Simone, I was like, okay, she cute, but what happened to her eyebrows? Is that a fashion statement? And then I see she said she fell or something when she was little, and then it just always been like that. But it looked like she did that herself. She might plagiarize that too. She might have said somebody else fell. Somebody else might have failed. And then she said it was her. Now it's too straight. It's too perfect. It's too lined up. It looked like somebody goes and hits it a couple of times. I mean, I'm just being real. That's just what it looked like to me. But I know a lot of people personally on in the Convo Click here this evening, and I know a lot of people that I do know here are very studious. And what will take two kind of plagiarism. I went to school with both Timothy and Robert and Jessica. We went to Murphy. Shout out to Murphy. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things, just like those evils that you just don't do. I mean, like you don't copy off nobody. I mean, yeah, if your homeboy need a couple answers on the test or whatever, like, hey, bro, Robert, you already know me and you, but hey, bro, what you got on number 6, bro? I don't know number 6. I mean, but you went and copied the whole person's ideals. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it from multiple sources that she, like, did you do an MLA paper? You didn't like cite your sources? Like, be real with it. Be real with it. So I'm gonna start with Eternity, man. What are your thoughts on this whole plagiarism thing? It's like we already counsel her for not being for the people. Her and Desi, they want to ha 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 he or whatnot, and then you come with the 9 to 5. We talked about that, but then you out here copying folks' business and making money off of it. Go ahead, man.
Erykah Badu said it best. And keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So as a creative and someone that takes time to carefully craft what I write and what I do to be able to perform and make it happen, that is a huge no-no. Huge no-no. And I feel like it made her comments even worse. Just to be perfectly honest with you, it's like, how you out here talking about you need somebody that's gonna match your hustle, and you out here lying, cheating, and stealing? I mean, she pulling whole Eddie Guerrero's out here.
Right.
Well, I just like when I tell you, when the shit hit the fan, I was like, oh, so what you really meant was you need somebody out here that's gonna finesse like you, not hustle like you. Ooh. That's what it felt like. Ooh. That's what it felt like. Like that's some straight like finesse and shit. And the thing about it is, man, is that I'm in here making jokes and stuff about it, but bottom line is that, and don't get me wrong, they always say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and they talk about how people replicate stuff, but it's a huge difference between taking a meme and then trying to write it out like a Facebook status and making it seem like it's your original thought, and then you actually taking someone else's exact material, word for word, putting it in something that you are actually profiting from, and then making money, and then try to downplay other people who aren't doing the same thing. Like that it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So I mean, that hit me the hardest, bro, just being honest with you. And I feel bad for creatives that had that stuff stolen, man. Like, just for the simple fact that I know sometimes I can write something in 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, writer's block can be real. So the grind and the hustle that people put into publishing books and whatever they may do, you have to respect that. You know what I mean? And it would have been a totally different story had maybe she had contacted the person and been like, hey, I really like this. I'm trying to put something together. I want to know if I can maybe put this in my book, give you credit for it. She could have did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but she really just passed this off as her work, and it wasn't. So, yeah.
I mean, it's really messed up, especially with you know, me myself being a creator as well. Like what we're doing right here, right now. It took about like Book said, it took me about a week or two to make this idea a reality. You know, okay, so what is it going to be called? Well, I know what I want to do, but how am I going to do it? How am I going to get people to come on? Like stuff like that takes time. And if somebody was tomorrow come and say, "Hey, I'm doing a new podcast called the Conversation Series," nigga, you just copied me. Like, you know how long it, you know what I'm saying? You know how long I've been looking for a webcam to even start to do stuff like this? I had to go all the way to Clanton, Alabama to the Walmart and just so happened to find a webcam there. So it's certain stuff like that it's from a creative point of view, it's like you just took something from somebody. Like you literally took something from somebody. And putting it out there along the lines of, you know, you're supposed to manifest and this is gonna be beautiful. I'm so excited. You excited to steal. That's what you excited to do. And I'm not excited for stealing. So Robert, let me know what you think about this, man.
This girl manifest what? You lying, cheating, and stealing. Like, I can't get down with that at all. And I was so happy to see that she made $1 million, like, during this time, coronavirus going on, racism is trumping coronavirus. We didn't forgot about the killer wasp. And I was genuinely happy for this girl. You feel me? And then next thing you know, Shade Room said something about it. 2 people came forward and said, word for word, even the font. How do you plagiarize the font? If you're going to steal somebody's work, like if I'm finna copy somebody's paper, I'm finna change the font up. You feel me? Y'all might do Times New Roman. I'm gonna do like Calibri or something. You feel me?
There you go, Arial Black.
Yeah, you're supposed to switch it on.
Windings.
Like, how you finesse wrong? Like, it's just, it's really bad. It's a bad look. I already went for the people, like you said. And then, like, the 9 to 5 thing, it didn't come out correctly. It's just like 2020 just ain't her year. Like, it's just, like, she shouldn't have did that at all. Like, that's so uncalled for and so unprofessional. And you're supposed to be an entrepreneur. And you're supposed to be, like, giving these people hope and then telling them, like, oh, you can do this if you manifest it. Manifest what? You lying. Like, quit lying.
Kilda, I really want to hear what you got to say because you got that auntie I'm pissed look on your face.
I mean, me personally, let me start off with this 9 to 5.
There you go. You say let me start off. You know it's about to go down.
Okay. So this whole 9 to 5 conversation, I personally, like, as I've told you, you're entitled to your own preference. Everybody has their standards and everything. But I felt like that's a conversation you have amongst your friends, your girls. That's not a conversation you have in a public place. So I'm like, you really gonna sit there and say that? Like, you could have kept that to yourself? Like, and you act like you've already made it. That's the thing that bothers me. And then the whole plagiarism thing, I'm just like, okay, you said, well, it was my team. It was my team. Okay, you didn't check with your team? Just like you ain't checked with them when you made that damn comment. You just saying what you wanted to say. So I'm like, okay, you going to take ownership. And then what pissed me off even more, you got people like Meek Mill saying, well, people do it all the time, so why is it a big deal? I'm like, really? So are we going to make her pay for it, or are we not going to make her take ownership for it? So it's like, I ain't with you with that, Meek. Like, I don't feel you on that one. So I'm kind of like, how dare you? And like he said, you making money off these people, major money, and you don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just, well, I'm sorry. Let me say I'm sorry. And I'm like, that's all you got? That's it? You sorry?
You sorry, all right.
I'm sorry you made that comment. I'm sorry you didn't do your research. I'm sorry you didn't pick a better team. You didn't do your homework with the people that you picked as far as your team, your management. So that's my thoughts on it.
Right. Even Santa Claus pick what else gonna help him on Christmas Eve.
Right. Right.
Even the cocaine man walk up and down the aisles of the sweat house seeing if anybody's stealing the coke. You know, y'all watch Queen of the South. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at what your team doing. I mean, it is what it is. Crystal, I want to hear from you, but before we do that, I want you to talk about your business.
Okay, so you just put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I own 2 businesses right now. Well, 3. My first business, I sell head wraps and headbands and African print wallets, all made in Lagos, Nigeria. I've been doing that since last November, so I basically shipped everywhere, all over the country. Business kind of slowed down towards the end of last year, so I was just kind of on the fence about, what I was going to do next. So I want to say in like late January, early February, I was reading, because I do read a good bit, and I saw where the coronavirus was picking up in China, and I was like, okay, let me see what's up with this. So I took some photos offline, and I got some patterns, and I said I'm gonna make some masks with my head wraps. So I posted them online, got no love. I think you were the only one who shared them. To be honest, you were the only one who shared the post.
I share
And
everything.
I kid you not. You do. And I was like, okay, less than a month later, like it was full-blown outbreak here. And I already had masks kind of ready. I didn't have enough to meet the demand, but like since I've been making masks, like the business has been booming. Like I think I've made like 600, but I've donated to hospitals, first responders, everybody, still selling them. So that's really what I do right now. And my third business is a digital product business. I'll be making printables, journals, planners, checklists, guides, and I'm a little nervous now because B. Simone got me over here on edge. So I'm like, oh, let me triple check.
But
so,
you ain't copying nobody though. You
know
that you are your team.
So I'm like, it's not gonna be like anybody else's. So, and that's where I got a little aggravated with her. So I can go into what I gotta say about this. So my whole thing with her is she wants fast money. And I have not seen anybody just come out and get fast money and maintain it or sustain it without doing something illegal to keep it. And she got out there, she was like, I'm gonna make $1 million, I'm gonna make $1 million. I say that all the time, but I'm nowhere near that goal right now because I've been taking the time. I'll still work my 9 to 5. After I get off work, I'm working till 2 and 3 in the morning on my stuff. Like I'm not out hanging with my girls, taking trips to Miami. Like I'm working. So it's like you got to at some point sacrifice the time that it takes to put in your true effort, because she was online saying she put in hours working on this stuff. She poured her heart into this book. And then I'm thinking, I didn't buy the book because I did see she was on live and the book fell apart while she was on the video. And I'm like, okay, so this is it looks like a magazine on the video. So I contemplated buying it, but I didn't. I never bought it. And I just felt like the whole situation, she wants fast money. And that's not the way to do it. If you want to be taken seriously, you want to be, make a real name for yourself. And now she pretty much, already insulted the people who buy from her by saying that she didn't want anybody who had a 9 to 5 when her fan base has 9 to 5s. And it's like, okay, so you basically insulted people by basically saying they wouldn't meet your qualifications if they had a chance to. They don't meet your qualifications. And now you've taken their money and they spent $30 on a book that you stole from somebody. And to say that you didn't know, you mean to tell me out of all the time that you had this book out, you did not one time look through there, or you don't get on Pinterest and see that, hey, that looks kind of familiar. How did you not catch that? How did nobody on your team catch that when everybody is on Pinterest almost? Like, that's the second best place to market your business aside from Facebook. So it's like, I'm really not buying that. And then to throw it off on her team, when on the video, when she made her $1 million, she was saying how they was down for her and they rode for her and all of this and worked for her for free, some of them. And then now you're going to throw them under the bus for stealing somebody else's content? I don't know. I'm not rocking with that. And I don't agree with what Meek said, because as they said in the comments on Shade Room, they probably don't think he knows what plagiarism is. So that's why he was defending her at first. And because he was like, no, then he gonna say, I don't even know what she did. And they're like, bro, we said she plagiarized. Do you not know what that is? So I don't know. It's just a lot it's a lot. For me, it was overwhelming, and I'm not even her. I was overwhelmed for her. Like, I'm like, okay, I must be an empath for real, because I'm up in here stressing out over something this girl did. Like, I can't even help her out of it. I'm like, God, why would you do that? Like, you at this point where you're in the public eye, you got all these young women looking up to you, thinking that you're manifesting your stuff, and you turn out to be a sham. And it's basically destroying the dreams of a lot of younger women who may not have the mindset to keep going when they see something fall apart or see something that was too good to be true. So it's bigger than just her lying to people. It's her setting examples for these younger girls who look up to her and think she's funny, because I'm not really a fan. I just follow, you know, women who are in business and doing stuff. So I'm not gonna say I didn't know who she was, because I did, because I'm on the, you know, women in business movement. So I knew who she was, wasn't a fan of her work, but at the same time I respected her as a businesswoman. So it lost my respect. And all I can say is I hate to see somebody fall, but I hope that some kind of way she can get up the nerve or the courage to at least try it again and do it herself.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And I want to throw this over to Katie. Katie, let me know how you feeling. We can't hear you, baby. You got some French fries in your mouth. You got to hit the mute button. You got to unmute yourself. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, sunshine.
Sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm on B. Simone's side. I am. Honestly, I don't feel that this was an ill intention. Like, I feel as if like it was really a mistake, because people make mistakes all the fucking time, like all the time. And it's just like, I had seen the last video when her apology video, and I was just like, okay, so it's like the more she explained it, the more it kind of made sense to me. And honestly, it's just like, it's like you're just really busy, which is the reason why you hired a team in the first place to deal with that. And like, yeah, some of them might work for free or whatever. Some of them might want to see her lose. I don't know. But under certain circumstances, some things can happen. Sometimes you can miss something like a whole book, you never know. But like, you know, it's just like, well, I didn't really look at the book. And sometimes people don't do that. Sometimes they don't. Some people have a team of people that like they just trust. So it's like, okay, I'm going to give this to you. I never written a book in my life, so I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, what I'm talking about, what's going on. So like, you know, I'm just going to hand this over to you and let you guys do that. Like, oh, I took a look at it. I just flipped through it. Okay, whatever. It looks good. Let's do it. But I don't think that it was like, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to do this. So like, you know, I could just take everybody money and just do this and do that. And then on top of that, like, she was reaching out to the people that the whole book was stole from. Like she reached out to the people trying to figure out, like, you know, okay, well, like, you know, well, what the hell is going on here? You know, everybody looking at me like, I hate you so much, but, but I already knew I was going to get that anyway. But like, you know, and then like with her manifesting, I don't see anything wrong with her manifesting. She manifested that she wanted to make $1 million. She made her $1 million. She did what she had to do. She got there. She got there. And it's there are Black females looking at her. Like, yeah. And then it's just like, you can't be mad at someone when they make it big and then they make a mistake. And then it's just like, okay, well, this is a really big mistake. Yeah, I understand that, because once you're on a pedestal, you make bigger mistakes. Like, you make bigger mistakes. Like yesterday we were talking about Beyonce playing Storm, because everybody put her on this pedestal. So if she would have messed up, like, you know, one good time, like, they were gonna chop her ass, and that was just gonna be the fuck it.
Oh, I
I
wasn't giving her nothing from the start. She was trashing from the jump. I'm sorry.
Thank
you. Don't
you.
even get to put the costume on.
I know. But I mean, honestly, I just feel like this was just a real honest mistake. I think she put it in the hands of people like who was probably not really helping her, I guess, or whatever. And like she said, she takes full accountability, even though it was her team, it was everybody all together, because she didn't sit there and write the damn book. She wasn't sitting there looking over people. Yes, she should have. She should have been looking at people. She don't know shit about no goddamn books. So it's like, that's why she's passing the torch to someone else to do it, just with her name. And yeah, she didn't read through the book, but like, you know, sometimes people just don't do that. And then it's like, okay, well then she should have been doing it because it's her book and that's what she's supposed to be doing. And yeah, I know that, but not everybody does that. And she trusted her team enough to just let her take it. I mean, to just let them take it and just let it go out. So yes, that was her mistake, but I don't think she was intentionally just stealing people's money. And then on top of that, like, it's not like it was like this like a hardback book that was like on Amazon, and it was just like, buy me sparkle sparkle. Like, no, it looked like a damn journal. Like, it looks like that when they bought it. And whether it was like plagiarized or not, like it still has some good information. Just write your shit, you know? And I don't think that she was putting people down, talking about 9-to-5s and stuff like that or whatever. She was talking about people that she was dating. You know? She wants somebody who understands her struggle. She wants somebody, let me take your headphones out now. No, I'm kidding. No, but but she wants someone who understands her struggle. She wants someone that's going to sit there and like, you know, just like understand where she's coming from. And I think everybody deserves that type of compatibility. Everybody deserves that. Everybody has their preferences. Everybody can date and talk to whoever they want to talk to. She wasn't talking about nobody working no 9-to-5. She wasn't talking about none of that. She was talking about the person that she wants to be with. The person that she wants by her side, the person that she's going to be able to trust, the person that she's going to marry and who's going to always be there for her and always have her back. She wants somebody who understands her. That's it. I want somebody who's going to understand me, you know? So everybody deserves that compatibility. And that's just how I feel about that. I had no, like, I wasn't angry at her for saying 9-to-5. Like at first I was, and then like I started getting mad because I started seeing other people's comments, and I'm just like, and I was just like hopping on the damn bandwagon. Like I did, like, oh my God, is this right here? Oh my God, she's so stupid. She don't know what she's talking about, but she eyebrows were cut. Like I was. But then like after I thought about it, I'm like, she didn't say nothing wrong. Maybe the delivery wasn't as good as we wanted it to be, but like not everybody has good damn delivery, you know? And it's like, yeah, she can be an idol for people. She can. And I think she's a better one now that she has made her mistakes and she's like going back over it and trying to help. Like, okay, I'm taking accountability for what I did. That's what she's doing, you know? So I just feel that some people just need to cut her a slack. Cut her a little bit of slack. And don't just like, you know, just like throw her under the damn bus. Because honestly, if Chick-fil-A did some shit wrong and we were striking their ass, if as soon as they would have came out like, oh, I'm sorry that you feel some type of way about us being racist, and everybody's going back to their damn drive-through. So I'm not saying that everybody should take it and just be like, oh my God, we forgive her because, like, you know, Katie said that we should just forgive her. No, I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying that this is my point of view and these are my opinions on her. And I feel like she has done some things wrong. I've done some things wrong. Everybody has done some wrong shit. The only difference is that hers is hitting millions of people. That's the only difference. So I just feel that if you can forgive, like, you know, some Chick-fil-A and shit, you can forgive somebody else for this shit because all they gotta do is just come and fucking apologize. That's it, you know? But like, she seemed really sincere in her apology because she's just like, damn, I really did not know. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. Now everybody going off on me and shit like that. Like, oh my fucking God, what am I supposed to do? Let me go apologize. And then she said that I have to come to you guys myself and let you know and say something, you know? Because that's just how she felt about it. And I feel that she was genuine in her apology. I don't feel like she intentionally just tried to fuck people over. I don't think she's just like, oh, well, look, there are 6 million Black people and I'm going to fuck them all over today with this paperback book. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think she did that shit. That's just what I feel about it. I'm done. Okay.
Katie, we really appreciate your statements this evening. But I want to go back to something you said about stealing. You know, reaching out to the people and saying, you know, hey, I'm sorry, I stole your shit. I don't think I can call CVS from back in 2001 when I was stealing them Yu-Gi-Oh cards out the section and say, hey, my bad, I stole my 5 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. All right, to the person that's been foaming at the mouth, he knows who I'm talking about. Just go ahead and unmute.
All right. So the thing is, like we were saying first, preference is preference. Have your way. Whatever you like, you like. We're not going to knock that. What I said was, don't put it out in the public if you don't want to get battered. That's all I said about that. That's the end of that. That's cool. When you're a business, you are accountable and must be held accountable for your product that you're endorsing, no matter what. You don't put it off on the people working on it. You hired those people. So
But
we're
Jim,
calling
let me ask you this real quick. Is she a business or just a
Yes.
personality?
If you're
The-
endorsing, bro,
is there a business license involved?
I don't care. If you're endorsing something, if you're the face and the front of it, that's on you, bro. That's on you. You are profiting from this. It's on you, brother. Point blank, period. But can't be like, yo, these tires is legit. Get these tires, bro. They do everything for me. 20 people die that weekend from them tires. Do we go to the tire company or are we going to come at Buck?
Look, if you book one.
I'm just saying, I get what you're saying, Katie. I don't feel that everybody should be coming at her neck. I want her to hold herself accountable. Don't blame it on everybody else.
She
You
said
fucked
that
up
she was
and-
accountable.
No.
She said.
No. The problem is, I'm not going to mention the team.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow them to take any rap for it because
Okay.
I didn't watch them. If my kids fuck up your house because I didn't watch them, I'm not going to blame the kids.
Right.
I'm going to take
Right.
responsibility. When you have employees and you have a team, them are your kids. Period. It's on her. I'm going to shut up.
All right, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up. I want to drop it to my last two people. I'm gonna go with Jessica, then I'm gonna go with Tim.
Okay, so I'm glad that Robert brought up the point about her being accountable, because as someone that has their own business and I work with different brands, different designers for shoots and for my segments, I have to pay attention to what their brand represents and what they put out there. Because if I'm affiliated with that, if you do that, that's I don't have to agree with it. But if I then participate, then I'm adding to it. And just like you just said, I'm held accountable. If you endorse a product, you're going to be held accountable, just like the business owners are. So I do agree that right now we have a climate of cancel culture. I do agree that we need to give each other a little more grace. However, I think, just like I said earlier, when she was making the point about wanting to be with a business, an entrepreneur, and she can't have nobody that has a 9-to-5 and whatever the case may be, I think she has a very warped and uneducated sense of reality in terms of what it means to be a business owner. And just like Robert said, you have to be accountable. So I hope that she can recover from this. What I hope she learns from this is to first humble yourself. And then as a business owner, you need to be involved. You need to be involved from start to finish and be present in your business and not be seeking fast money, like Crystal said, because the faster your money comes, the faster it falls. And you have to deal with things like this. So that's all I got.
Timothy, go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Well, I want to take it back to something that Katie said. How you doing, Katie? When she compared B. Simone to Chick-fil-A, I think that was extremely blasphemous. Chick-fil-A has done things for me and to me that B. Simone just never will. So, but no, in all seriousness, yeah, I think everybody pretty much hit the nail on the head. You know, B. Simone, she's come out with her public statement. She apologized for what she did, even though she kind of deflected some of the blame towards her team. However, I think Crystal actually pointed this out. I mean, she's trying to hustle so fast and climb so fast that she tripped up and knocked her 2 front teeth out. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for Ms. B. Simone to manifest a comeback story. You know, use some of that stuff that she put in that book, whether it was hers or not, and rebound. I think that's what she needs to do. But I mean, in the meantime, even going back to the original comments about the 9-to-5 and that not being one of her preferences. I mean, last time I checked, she still works for Nick Cannon. She's still on Wild 'N Out. So, you know, I think you got to sometimes take a look in the mirror. I mean, if you're still going to work on that television show and you're using some of that money to fuel your business, I mean, what are we really talking about here, B? like I say, humble your. I mean, you got plenty of time to continue to build your brand, and I think this was just a classic case of you hustle so fast you end up hustling backwards. So, like I say, canceler or not canceler, it's up to you. I don't have a preference. I'm not really a fan, but hopefully she can learn from this and bounce back.
Most definitely, man. Timothy, I appreciate that. Looks like Jeremy Evans just found out that B. Simone was on Wild and Out. Man, I want to thank all of y'all. No clue. I want to thank all of y'all for joining us today. Shout out to the Combo Click for this episode, man. I appreciate y'all. Give yourselves a round of applause. You've heard everybody's business. You've heard where everybody is. Go support these businesses. I will drop names in the comments below and on the description below. But this has been another episode of the Conversation series presented by Fandoms Anonymous. We'll see you guys in another video.